What's going on, everyone? I cannot wait for the NBA season. I cannot wait to just silence all of the noise, all of the nonsense. Because, look, I fully believe the Lakers are going to be a top three team in the Western Conference. I think that they're going to be one of the best teams. I think they're going to be top five in offense, top five in defense. I think that this team is just primed and ready to go and compete for an NBA championship. And I am excited for the journey and to grind the rest of this season together. So, join the journey. Hit that subscribe button, like the video. But Andrew Bogut, another guy added to the list of just nonsense and noise. Talks about he believes the Lakers are the 10th seed. Stop. They weren't even the 10th seed last. Stop. What are we talking about here? You're talking about a team that went to the Western Conference Finals and got better. And what team in the Western Conference got that much better? Right? I mean, the biggest impacts are the Phoenix Suns. Denver, you can make an argument, regressed a little bit, right? Losing Jeff Green, losing Bruce Brown. I think that those are going to be impactful. Not saying that they're going to be a bad team or anything like that, but, outside of Phoenix, no one got as good as we did. And I still think we had a better offseason than Phoenix did. But it's not even just Andrew Bogut, right? ESPN has been going in constantly. I mean, they just came out with a new list, and they have a seventh. Not in the West, but as far as the power rankings go. Right? And you just they had that one list where we were eighth or whatever, ninth, and they had Minnesota as the best team in the stop. Right? And LeBron, love how LeBron talked. Hey, don't worry, everyone's gonna pay for it at some point. I know some people are kind of looking at that as the famous words he said. What was it? The 2021-22 season where he's don't keep that same energy. There you go. I don't look at it like that. I think he's looking at it as we hear the noise, we know the noise. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Right? Everyone's gonna get their moment. Everyone's gonna get their time, and I cannot wait to see the Lakers hoisting that Larry O'Brien trophy. Again, we added 5 guys that you could legitimately make an argument for in the starting unit. And most of these guys might start on other teams. I mean, dude, Gabe Vincent was just a starting point guard in the Miami Heat NBA Finals team. It was one of their best players throughout the course, and he's coming off the bench for us. Christian Wood was the second leading scorer for Dallas last year. Taurean Prince was huge for Minnesota. He was the guy that was hitting the clutch shots, the big shots, defending the best player on the other team, all of that. Jackson Hayes has been a real pleasant surprise. This is a guy that had starting moments with the Pelicans. Young, athletic, rim running, constant rim pressure. I mean, Cam Reddish, I know he struggled a bit in preseason, but not defensive. Defensively, he was fantastic. He was getting after it, using his size, using his length, disrupting. I mean, this team is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, we have a bench unit that could compete with most teams in the league's starting unit. Right? Again, let's say we have the starters of, D'Lo, Reeves, Vando, LeBron, and AD. I know Taurean Prince is starting for game 1, but that's supposed to be just momentarily, right? Vando, he's day-to-day right now, and he's unlikely to play the Denver game. So once he comes back, I imagine he's in the starting unit, right? So that means you have a bench unit of Gabe Vincent, Taurean Prince, Rui Hachimura, Christian Wood, Jackson Hayes. You have shooting, you have size, you have defense, you have everything that you could want to make a championship apple pie. And I absolutely love it. I just let these people talk. Keep the noise, right? Keep giving the Lakers. I don't want the Lakers to be favorite. I don't want the Lakers to get all this crazy. I like that they're being counted out by many. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people that, think the Lakers are going to be excellent this year and, have a real shot to win an NBA championship. It's not everybody, but I like that the Lakers are being undervalued because we are a very young team. You don't want guys to start getting egos, to start getting, this and that. Like, you want to keep them hungry. You want to keep them like, hey, look, they're counting us out. They think we're the 7th best team in the league. Some think we're not even going to make the playoffs, that we're going to be a play-in team. Some people think that, we're the 8th best team in the Western Conference. Like, take all that stuff, put it on the whiteboard. All these reports, all these rankings, all the quotes from, Andrew Bogut and all these other guys. If I was Darvin, I would take all of that. I would print it all. And I would have that all just laid out on a whiteboard with a bunch of strings attached to it. Like, I'm the always sunny meme. Right? Like, just have that be a constant reminder. Blow that up on billboard paper and put it up there all across the locker room and just show, like, hey, this is what people think of you. This is what people think people think we just signed you to a team that went to the Western Conference Finals and they think we're worse now because of you. I'd be talking to Christian Wood, I'd be talking to Gabe Vincent, I'd be talking to all these guys and just in their ear like, do you realize that we went to the Western Conference Finals without you guys and now a good majority think that we are worse this year? Like, we weren't even the 10th seed last year. And they think that we're worse because of you. Is that true? Get in these guys' ears. This roster is deep. This roster is talented. This roster is sizable. Right? It's not a perfect roster. Don't get me wrong. Right? There's some things that we definitely need to work on that we're going to work on through the course of the season. But you got to imagine this team is only going to continue to improve and get better as the season progresses, as they build more chemistry, carve out the role more, have a better defined rotation, better understanding, all of that. Right? Like, this is all stuff that I fully expect the Lakers to continue to build on and continue to work out over the course of the season. We got 3-point shooting. Right? Like, I think we're going to be a very good 3-point shooting team. I think we're going to be somewhere in like the middle of the pack. Right? I'm not saying we're going to be like top 5 or anything like that, but I do think we're in the middle of the pack, which is a far cry from last year. We were like 25th, 26th in the league? So we got shooting, got size, got versatility. We can match teams based on lineups. We have tons of guys that could be the next man up. Like, that was the problem too in like the Denver series, right? I mean, obviously, like, their size and just their chemistry and stuff. But another big issue was on our end, we didn't have a next man up, right? It was like, okay, D'Lo, Schroeder, they're really struggling. They're basically doing nothing out there. Malik Beasley has been completely unplayable. Mo Bamba is hurt, right? It's like, where do we go? Right? Well, now it's like, okay, let's say D'Lo doesn't show up again. Let's say Rui struggles. Right? Let's say even Austin Reeves. Say 3 of our 5 starters are just being terrible. Okay. Well, we'll just put Taurean Prince in. We'll just put Cam Reddish in. Sprinkle in a little, Jackson Hayes, Christian Wood. Vando hopefully is much more improved shooting the 3 ball. We have guys that can step up. Gabe Vincent. Right? Like, we have, like, if 3 of our starting 5 is basically non-existent and unplayable, and let's say even like our Rui is too. So that's basically 4 out of our main 6 guys. Don't worry about it. We got another 6 that are ready to go. Right? Like, it's ridiculous. But again, there are other sides to that coin, right? Like defensively, we need to pick up our intensity. Again, I chalk some of it up to preseason. Same thing with rebounding, right? We got to do a better job rebounding and not giving up second chance points and offensive rebounds. But again, I'm willing to write some of that off as it's preseason because, teams in preseason, they're just trying to get out healthy, right? They're not trying to overexert themselves. They're not trying to hurt themselves. They're just trying to, get a sweat, get your game legs ready, and then get ready for the NBA season. Same thing with them failing to close quarters, right? Like a lot of us have that PTSD from just last season and even the last few years. It's kind of been an issue, right? Where like you look at the Lakers in like the bubble year when we won the chip, we were what? We were like 52-0 or like 56-0 or something like that when leading through 3 quarters. You're basically unbeatable, like literally. I mean, we won the NBA championship, so we were, right? And so I want to see that this year. I want to see a squad where, if we're winning, if we're leading, midway through the 4th, you're not beating us. Pack it up, go home. You're not beating us. That's what I want to see. I want to see those things, right? I want those ridiculous stats that sound made up, right? I love it. I love it. I love seeing it, but I don't know. I'm excited. I'm pumped for this season. I'm ready to prove all these people wrong. I'm ready to quiet the noise. And, I pass the question on to you. As always, this is a discussion. So what do you think? What are your thoughts? How do you feel? Let me know. Whatever it is, down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the